Hi everyone, and welcome to another Mighty Ginkgo tutorial. My name is Zero, and I'll be your instructor for this lesson. Now, before we begin, I have to say a few things because that's what we do around here. Okay, so as you guys know, I have retired from Second Life, but I still make some tutorials every now and then. It's hard to get it out of my system. So don't come asking me if I can do stuff for you because the answer is no. Unless you're paying me in USD and it's in 3 digits, then, that's a strong maybe yes. Give me that money. But otherwise, this is just the finish up a tutorial list that we did when we started making the MMD suite. So I figured I'd round it about by showing you how to put in the animations, the core heart of our MMD. So if you can go back to that side and grab the materials from there, that should do you some good. But I think that there should be materials in the description or wherever I put my materials at for the stuff that I use in this tutorial. Now you can use this with any MMD file as well as any MMD model, but I strongly suggest that you use the model that I provide with you because she's my go-to girl, and pretty much for almost all of the animations that I've picked up for MMD, this model works best with it because it has like the mother bone, groovy bone, all those extra stuff, and it works. Whereas some PMX models don't necessarily work all the time. This one does, some stuff don't. So you can use yours if you want to, but I strongly suggest that you do. Also, we're going to be using Onigiri in here, and for Onigiri, you cannot use Blender 3. Possibly, I think anything past 2.9 actually. So if you're definitely on the latest, newest 3 point something, then it's definitely not going to work for you. Just go to Blender and download a zip of 2.8, because the one I'm using right now, 2.81, and this should give you the same results that I have because we're in the same environment. So you see how it works in here, and it does. So if you use something higher than 2.81, I can't help you with it. I don't know why it's not working. Just come on down. So with that said, let's begin our tutorial. Now, as I said in the previous ones, you're going to need to download the CATS plugin, and that's going to have a copy of MMD tools installed inside of it, and it's got a good solid one than one that you may find floating around. Even though we have CATS installed, I'm not going to use CATS to import our model animations. I'm going to use the MMD tools that came in included with it. So what you do is you go to File, Import, and then we're going to scroll on down until we see MMD, Miku Miku, PMD, PMX, and that's our model, and we're going to import that. So you're going to navigate to the project folder that I included in here, but for me, it is, I think it's just this plain old new folder. I know where it's at. It's this one, TDA Warlock Luca. That's my favorite one, my go-to, and she's going to be your girl too for all your dances. So select Luca, and we're going to bring her in. Give it a minute. My computer's kind of slow today. So we're going to be seeing a lot of this. Okay, so we got Luca, and she's in, and she's gigantic. So we can't really use her like that, but we need to do some preparation and make sure that she's straight. So what we're going to do is we're going to select her bones like this, and we're going to go over to the Object tab, which is the square right here. And we're going to select that, and then we're going to unfold the relations. And we're going to see where it says parent. We're just going to check that. Now you want to make sure that you select the bones and you check the parent relations on this and not the model. If you select the model and you click this button, you will unrig the whole thing. What we want to do is we want to take off the restrictions on the bones that this skeleton has. So that's why we turn that off. But if you don't do that with the model, always do it with the bones. So once that's done, we need to go here to the transformation and we need to uncheck all of these locks. So just click on it and drag your mouse down, and it will unlock all of these. This will allow us to scale our I'm so used to saying Miku, scale our Luca. So once we have all those done, Luca is ready to be scaled, and we can start working on our stuff. What we need to do next is to shrink Luca down into a Second Life avatar state. If we are to leave her giant like this, when she goes to move, one step for giant Luca is a whole body hop for a Second Life avatar, and you'll have weird transitions when you go to do that. So we have to scale it down to a Second Life size. So what we want to do is go to our Onigiri tab, and we want to open up rig creation, and we want to add a safe rig. And this will show us just how big Luca is in comparison to a standard Second Life skeleton. And as you can see, she is gigantic. So we're going to select the bones, and then we're going to press the S key and scale it down, 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 down. into this. So think about Second Life when you're doing the transformation. Your avatar can be the same height as them, maybe a little bit taller and shorter, but never gigantic like that. So you want to make sure that we want to get it down as close as we can to the Second Life height as we can, which I like to do just by you doing the shoulders. Okay, so we got our scale down. We can select the safe rig and then press delete and get rid of it. Now that that's gone, we need to put her in the T-pose and spread her fingers, because that's how Second Life rolls. If you remember from our previous tutorial where we left the fingers in their default Miku, they look like little paddles because they fuse together and we're all like gross. So we want to make sure that we prevent that from happening even with our animations. But like I said before in the previous video, again, I made it easy for you by creating the pose map. So all you have to do is just click on the happy pineapple and you'll go. So let's click that pineapple. To do this, we need to first select our bones. Then we need to go to the Onigiri tab, which is right here, and we want to open up the animations. Then we go scroll down to enable pose library. Then we press load. Then we go to our bone maps, wherever that is, and I don't know which one is which, so I'm just going to go see if the SL standard T-pose is it. Yeah, that was it. So once we do that, we just click on the happy pineapple, and you see she's in this T-pose, which is great. Actually, I skipped a step we need to do first before we do this T-pose. So you know how to do it, but just forget I told you that. So what we're going to do is we want to import our motion in first. So we need to go find an MMD file for dances, which is .vmd. So I'm going to go to File, Import VMD. I had the world is mine in my last one, so we're going to use that again. And I think this is the one that is for actual motion. You can get these motions anywhere. They're all on YouTube and DeviantArt. Some guy ripped all the motions from Project Diva and put them inside of a zip and converted them into MMD. So that's what I'm using right now. It's the World Is Mine one from Project Diva. So we have this, and you can see that she's doing the jig. So next we need to do is go into the animation tab, which is up here at the very top. Select that. Now this is important. You need to scoot the frames over by one. So you should just take G and then scoot it over. Now one thing you need to take note of, that if you are doing a dance that has multiple partners and you are scooting the animation over, make sure that you scoot the stuff over so that they both share the same start frame. Because let's say we scoot this over, because like by default all the animations start on frame 0 because it's the best number. And if you scoot the animations over to like frame 10 or something like that, and your partner is over there on frame 0, then he's going to start at 0 and then yours is going to start on 10, and you're not going to be in sync. So make sure that you always put your animations back on the start frame. So while I'm here in the animation tab, I'm going to press G and I'm going to move the cursor over just to give me some space. That's actually a whole lot of space, too much space, but you know, it proves my point. We want to have a blank space here so that we can create a false T-pose, rest pose, T-rest pose for our animation, because Second Life works in T-poses, and this retarget system also works in T-pose. But as you guys know, with animations, especially with MMD in particular, they start on A pose. So if you were to say transfer the animations from T to A, it would be a problem. I will tell you why in a second, as soon as my brain calms down so I can remember. When it comes to animations, everything starts off with the rest pose. The rest pose is the starting pose, and from there, the animation tells the bones to rotate from the rest pose at a certain degree. If the rest pose is at a T pose, that's a 45 and negative 45 degree angle with the arms, it's saying we are starting at 45 degrees, and in the next frame you're going to move your arms up 90 degrees, for example. So the arm is going to move like maybe up or something like that. Now if you were to start at a T pose, which is your arms straight out flat like that at the 90 pose, or is it, I forgot, I think it's 90 degrees. So let's say your arms are in the T pose, the next frame says, hey, move your arms 90 90 degrees, it's going to go in an exact opposite direction because it's starting from, you know, it's starting from that 0 mark and then moving 90 degrees in the direction from there instead of being down there at 45 degrees and moving you there. That's why if you were to transfer animations with that, you'll notice that your shoulders or something goes crazy. That's because it doesn't have the proper proper rest pose to make it work. So what we are going to do is we're going to create a fake T pose and then have that be our starting pose, and then it's going to ease on in from the T pose and then go into the animation that we actually have. And that's what we're doing now. Sorry for the long one. I just feel like once you know why it works the way it does, then you know what to do when it doesn't work, and it's not just like, hey, do this, and you're like, why? So now you can troubleshoot stuff on your own if you understand how it works. So entertainment, education at its finest. Anyway, now that we got why we gotta do it, it's time for us to get up and do it. Remember that pose mat thingy we bought in? Well, we're gonna go grab that again. So we want to, bro, I totally forgot what else I have to do next. You go to Onigiri, we go to animation, and then we click on the happy pineapple with the T pose, and it gives us a T pose with our hands all flared out, and we're going to press I and then lock rot scale and then add that pose right here to the T pose, which is good. So once we have that here in the T pose, we are going to go up here where it says reference pose, and then we're going to check this box right here that says reference pose, and then we're going to hit create reference pose. So this is telling us that this pose is going to be our fake T pose to start from. So give it a tick. Sorry, my computer, like I said, is kind of laggy right now. Alright, so we got it done. It's got our T pose locked in. We're sweet. So now, once we have this done, we can just go over and start doing the retargeting. So to do that, we're going to close this. Alright, and we're going to go to, is it character tools? Yeah, character tools, then retarget motion. And we're going to load in the map. Go to wherever your bone map is. I want to say alternative is the one that I use for this Miku. I'm so used to saying Miku, but what's her face? Luca, bunny light. So I think I use, was it map with the breasts or alternative map? Alright, just for the sake of argument, I want to say that it's going to be the one with the breasts. And if not, we just try again. Okay, so it loads in. We want to put our distance 70. Sorry. Thank you if you said bless you. If not, rude. Alright, so once we have our directors ready, say action and bring in our second life actor. Okay, so our actor is in. And you see, we're going to do a quick scrub through. I don't know why it is, but there you go. There you go. Alright, so we see that we're actually moving here. My computer is way too slow right now. I am so sorry. I don't even got one frame. What's causing me to lag so much? That's probably because I'm out of memory. I gotta do clean. I've been doing a lot of random stuff. Alright, sorry. So we have this here. And we got our stuff going. So we need to go and figure out where is the last frame and where's the first frame. Our frame starts here. Actually, for 1 second, I'm just gonna hide. Oh no, that's gonna make it worse. So, when did we fall out of the T put? Alright, let's just say there for argument's sake. When you're doing it, your computer won't be laggy. So, I am at frame 61, and it's at 529 is where it ends. I think pressing acquire will make it. Alright, 519. Okay, so, well, it did it first. So this is the end. And we want to start at 61. So let's go here to our animations and start exporting this stuff out. So any minute now, computer stop lagging. Give me a second. I'm gonna go punch my computer real quick. Wait. There we go. Sorry, those Project Diva animations are heavy. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to take this from frame, what was it, 61, and we're going to end it at frame, whatever the hell they told us here was 5274. This is your frames per second. You can adjust it. I think by default it goes to 24, but I'm not sure because I know some of these animations are 24, 30, and then 60. So I'm not entirely sure how much it is. I like to open up, if it's still here, it's not here no more. You can all open up MMD. If you download the MMD editor and you load your motion in, it will tell you how many frames per second the animation is when you're playing it. So I don't know, for heaven's sake, let's just say it's like 30 because that's usually like video game stuff. Next thing we need to do is go to our animation export features and we need to give it a name. So World, and name it here. Right is our priority for stuff. I usually like to keep mine at 2 or 3. I don't go higher than that, but some people like to take it all the way up to 6. That's their gig. Now, we can't upload a 173 second animation into Second Life. It ain't gonna work. And plus it'll be too big. So we need to come down here to the split animation where we can tell it how many segments we want to split this up into. Now, we will, right here where it says time segments, so we can do it. So Second Life accepts animations that are 59.99 seconds. But even that can be too big. Sometimes, like, yeah, it'll fit time-wise, but it won't fit size-wise, and it'll be small. So you want to break it down to as many small pieces as you can, if you can afford that. Personally, I like to break all my animation down into 10-second segments, because that way I definitely know it can fit. And if under that, then it's like 9 seconds or so. So I like to split it down into 10 segments if possible. This is our script maker. Actually, it allows you to create something that could play all of the scripts together, which is a whole thing on its own. But I reckon since we're here, might as well. So if we press this, this will keep the animation looping and the script-wise. Like, if you could just press export the animation and it'll just go. But if you want to make kind of like a dancer, you can do it this way. So this is the owner. So if this is working, and that means that only the owner can trigger it to work. Loop, self-explanatory, makes it loop. Touch is for if you were to put it in the script inside of a box or something like that, and you want to touch it and it makes it go. So that's that. Listen is what we usually use because that's when you go like /5 world and make it go. So, and on start is pretty much on wear. Like as soon as it reses on there, it wears it. So if you were to wear a box with the on start thing go, it will start automatically. So I don't usually like to touch this. Now these can also be used inside of Animesh if you wanted to. All the same stuff I had just said. Just make sure that when you export it, you just press the Animesh script and you drop it inside there, and then you'll have a dancey. And then avatar is for people. So I'm just going to leave it on people, have it listen 5, and the command to make it go right here is where it says start. So you would just type in world if that's what you're about. And then stop would be obviously stop, the best thing to do. So let us export our animation first by pressing this export animation. And then we're going to put it somewhere because my desktop is a mess. See, look at all those. And then you're going to wait for this to stop being red. And then once it stops being red, then you know you got all the parts. You can see if it's going by keeping your eyes right here. Let's just say it wasn't white. That's also a way to know that it's not done. You'll see the start frame and the end frame being broken down into 10-second or however many seconds you put in there segments. So right now my computer is freezing, so it's white. So the only way I'm going to know that it's done is when it stopped being white. So once that happens, we're good. So I'm going to pause it real quick and then come back to you when we got it all done. Oh, sorry, my jam. It just stopped. Okay. So it has exported everything out. And I wonder if I can play it. Do I have enough frame? So yeah, you see it works back there. You know what I should have did was look at the legs. Because last time we did that, remember, it was all like, okay. Alright, the legs are good. Woo! Last time we did this during the live stream, the legs just went right through the stage. Alright, so I'm going to load up my second life. I'm talking about stuff. Ignore that conversation. Nobody offered me $100 to do this. I'm doing it because I love you. Alright, okay, so we want to upload our animation, and I don't have the money to upload this again, so we're just gonna upload maybe one or two. What did I name that one? What did I name that pack, that folder? More importantly, where did I put dance folder? It didn't save. That's okay. I'm glad, because sometimes this happens. Let's see. I'll be right back. Let's go look at it. Select the skeleton. Sometimes I like to scoot it up a little bit. Export animation. Dude, what did I name that folder? This is the right folder, right? Dance stuff. Probably with the space in there. Sometimes character stuff will make things break. So just name it world though. Export. Let's see if it can do it again. This is it, but I just, I guess it's when you try to show somebody how to do it, that's when it decides that it don't want to work. Okay, yeah, see, it's going. It's because I had the space in there, I guess. So, fun fact and good error. Make sure that you don't put any spaces in the name. Just solid names. So I'll be back. It should be done in a minute, but you don't need to wait. It's already 22 minutes, this tutorial, so I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So now we have our animations and stuff already exported, and when we did, it exported these lovely scripts for us, and I'm going to show you how to use it. So I guess that means I'm going to have to suck it up and upload that stuff again. So here we go. First thing we need to do to bring our animations in is to upload them, and because there are so many of these uploads to put, we're going to do the bulk to save time. Navigate to the folder where you saved your animations to, press play, and then go. And then we want to highlight all of the animations that are here in a .anim format and press open. Watch as your money that you don't have a lot of goes down as you upload your stuff for a tutorial. Yay. Okie doke. Now that that's uploaded into here, oh, it's still gone. Okay, so all 18 parts are here. We're going to start and put this in. So we need to create a cube. And then we go to content and we take all of the parts to all of them. So 1 through 18. Select one, hold down shift, select the other one, and then we'll grab all of them. And then you put them inside of a cube. So once they're inside the cube, we're going to come back to our script. We are the avatar, not the animesh. Excuse me. So we want to do this. We want to go to rename, and we want to delete this and type in .lsl, and this will turn it into a Second Life script. We're going to go into our cube that we have here and create new script. Wait for the script to come pop up with its all new scriptiness. Double click on the script. Click on this little button right here that lets you open up scripts from your hard drive. Navigate to your folder and you are going to select .lsl, and it will bring in the script so you don't have to go copy paste and worry about having any of those things. I forgot what those things are called. formatting errors. That's it. Because I hate it. Because every time I copy and paste, I get a format error. So it's got all the stuff in here. Everything is done for you. It is set. So next thing we need to do is to take this. We're going to make it our cube. We're going to stretch it and make it a little bit smaller. It won't be a big deal on you guys because you're people size. But for me, being tiny, it will be my whole body. So I'm going to take this away and then detach my brim. Put that over here. Just go to recent. So my objects, my stuff, put this in here, press add. So what we're gonna do is press /5 world. I think it was world though, right? Or was it world? World /5 world. And you see she starts dancing. Sekai de ichiban no hime-sama, so you asukai hoho no ete. Yana. So yeah, that's how you make an animation and a dancer. Now, as to how do you put music in there, I was actually experimenting with that. But, that person's incentive to pay me to do the tutorial now kind of made me skip that experiment, so I didn't make it yet. But I'm sure you guys are smart boys and girls can find scripts that can start music on command, right? Well, maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out one day. But for now, you can have all your dancing and stuff. It may be a little jumpy, and you can make adjustments with the script here, and you don't have to export everything out again. You could just do the overlap so that it starts a little bit sooner. I should have did that. Like maybe put delay and overlap on there so that it has a bit of it. You can keep just playing with it and then just save the script once you do and then change it inside where you don't have to upload it all again if you didn't make any adjustments like changes to how many the animation stuff. So yeah, that's that. And I reckon now you guys are complete with your MMD stuff. You got how to import the models and then the animations, and all you guys got to do now is just dance and send me a copy because I taught you how to do it, and it's the least that you can do, given though this stuff is free, right? Because I like dancing. It'll be fun. Oh well. So this is it for our tutorial. I hope you guys learned a lot. Hope to help you out. And remember, ask your comments inside the description. Oh shit, I forgot I'm not doing troubleshooting. But it's onigiri. Alright, you can ask questions in the comment, but that don't mean I'm going to answer it. I might, because y'all know I feel guilty for not doing it. But just know that there's like a 50-50 chance of me answering it. Alright, so I guess it's back into retirement with me. See you guys later, and I hope that you have fun with your projects. Good luck, and bye.